Okay, the next part. So once you have filled in the two pentagons, the next step in this is to take the measurement from the triangle in there, the original equilateral triangle, and what's going to happen here is that's going to get stacked on top of the pentagon. And so the two tips meet. So it's going to be like this. Okay, and I'll tell you why that is in a second. And now that you have this distance here, right, you have the height of that equilateral triangle. You measure that with your drawing compass, and you simply just make that same measurement up there and you mark it. And similar to in the last video where I showed you how to get the four corners for a square on the outside of the circle, you take that measurement from here, from where the vertical and the horizontal axis meet, and you open your compass up all the way to that point, and that gives you that distance there. You mark it, then you go from that point and you mark it. You go from that point and you mark it. You go from this point and you mark it with your compass opened up. And you kind of have to eyeball that, roughly where you just need those two lines to intersect. If you're a little bit over there or you're a little bit over here, that's okay. And same thing over here. If you're a little bit over here and you mark it, it's where those two intersect. So you can't really screw that up too much. And you'll get a pretty accurate reference point. And then you end up connecting those 2 points like this, and that gives you the top of that which is going to be the base of the triangle. And now that you know the sides of that triangle and the measurement, which is the same as there, it's an equilateral, so that's the same as there, and then you simply just mark those on each side on that line, and then just make sure you're good and accurate where you mark that line, you mark it there, and you do it the other way as well. And that gives you a nice 2 visible reference points, and that line should, almost perfectly go through those points, and that'll give you that triangle there. And the purpose of this, there's a surprise step in the end here, where these two, the pentagon and the triangle, okay, where they have the same size of their base, they fit inside another polygon, which is a surprise kind of shape, and it just happens to fit kind of perfectly in there. And so you do the same thing on the bottom or the top, depending which way you're going to do it. Like I said, this is eventually going to be this way anyway. So you're just doing the same thing on both sides. And I'll come back with the next step.